Team, today we can see how we can integrate Git Copilot with IntelliJ. So before that, let's try to explore what are the key features of Git Copilot, GitHub Copilot. So key example like features are like it has inline text, then it has ghost testing, then it has pilot chat, also it has the file based suggestions. So to integrate with IntelliJ and Git Copilot, let's open up the IntelliJ IDE. So from files, we can go into settings. So from the settings, you can see the plugins, right? So here you can do GitHub space Copilot. So in my case, it is installed. For your case, you can just install it using the like this button. You will be getting a button over here. So you can try to install it from there, and you can see all the documents here. So the main advantage of having the Git Copilot is we can like in any of the IDE we can install it using the any of the extension. So we can have the current Git Copilot, GitHub Copilot extension for Eclipse, IntelliJ, also VS Code. There are other IDEs as well, right? We can install it accordingly. So it is a like you'll get once you install it, you will get intelligent code suggestions, and it will support multiple languages like Java, JavaScript, C Sharp, and everything. Then so once you install it, right, you should log in with your GitHub account. So a GitHub account should be created in your case. So then after that, we can start coding. So it is a AI powered code completion tool, like so that we can communicate with natural language to the code. So the codes will be auto populated. So based on that, we can select and we can run or we can create our programs or automation frameworks and all accordingly. So let's have a check on that. Once you, as I suggested, like once you install it, you should log into the with your current GitHub account. So in my case, I have already logged in, so that's what it is showing logged out for from GitHub. So after that, we should enable this one. So in my case, it is already enabled. So by default, it will be enabled. So let's see how we can bring this GitHub code Copilot into our program. So let's see a practical example of this GitHub Copilot. So we can see the inline text. So what is that? So for inline text, suppose I'm just mentioning a command over here, create Java function, Java main method, like that. So I'm just entering here. You can see the all the suggestions inline here, right? So this is called inline text, so that we can see the old suggestion. This is called the ghost texting. So if I need to select this, I can hit on enter. Sorry, I can hit tab. If I need to select this suggestion, I should hit on tab. Then the suggestions will be getting here. So if I try to execute it, we can execute this Java program like this. So also let's try to use the Copilot as chat as well. So this is the Git Copilot chat. So using this, so which are the file we have currently open, right? That will be in scope for this one. So we can suppose I need to convert this into for loop. We can do that accordingly. So we can comment it like this. Uh, change or replace with for each loop. So we can see the suggestions over here. See, these are the solutions we had currently. So what we can do is, let's try to select this one, and we can, if I click here, this will be replaced here there. See, so like this we can edit our code accordingly, and we can run as per our use. Let's try the file suggestions as well. So suppose I need to convert a file into uh, another language. Suppose currently I have this much files here, right? So currently I'm just, what I'm doing is I'm just selecting, dropping a file here, and just typing it here like convert this Java file into JS file. So this, what will happen is, it will set all the things and it will convert that entire thing into JavaScript code. So accordingly, so suppose so we saw about how we can uh, integrate our development environment with the GitHub Copilot, right? So let's apply this in your automation, any of the automation project. I'm just trying to create an automation project using Git Copilot. So for that, the main thing is like, first we need to understand how we can create a automation framework. So by using the Git Copilot, we can give some task to the Git Copilot chat, or inline chat. We can give some text or prompt, and we can wipe code it using our uh, text. So let's see how we can create a simple automation project using Git Copilot. Just have Selenium Git Copilot project. So I'll be using the archetype plugin, quick start one. Then I'll create. Then the main thing is like, either we can do it like this, or else we can uh, ask them to create a fresh project. That is also possible. So in my case, I already know what how I can create a Maven project, right? Currently my pom.xml file is blank, so I should load from the Maven project. So this will be blank anyways. And after that, what I'll do is I'll go into the GitHub Copilot. I'll ask him to create my pom.xml file and add dependencies for Selenium Java and TestNG. So I given the prompt, so I'm waiting for the result. So here it is. So if I get all things right, what I can do is I'll scroll a little bit up. I can see all the things. So I'm just clicking here. So all the text will be appearing here, right? So I'll just click on here. So what will happen? It will go to the Maven repository, and it will download all the dependencies into the my M2 folder. So that is currently happening. So after that, I can see the dependencies folder and plugins over here. As you can see here, Selenium and TestNG created, right? So next thing will be, let's try to create a test, create a TestNG test to log into Google, google.com, and verify the elements in it. All right. So I prompted that. So they're giving me the all the required things with all the driver initialization and driver.get and before class and everything, they are created automatically. So what I can do is uh, I should create a folder structure here. So this is how our Maven project works, right? So source main Java. So under the source main Java, let's try to create a test file or Java class. Let's test.java, or let's refactor it. I have some typo. So Java file. So what I'm going to do is, let's create a folder into this source main Java. And then into that, let's create a Java class, nothing but the test class. Then into that, I already know, right? I'm just what I'm going to do is this will be Google test, right? So I'm just going to refactor this one with the Google test, just renaming the class accordingly. Then what I'll do is I'll select all this file content and come here. I'll replace with this one. So as you can see here, right, it added all the uh, required driver initialization and everything done. So currently I'm aware of what have to be removed and everything, right? Since I am an automation resource, I know what got to be done and all. So I'll come here and I'll resolve all the things. For this one, we should include the test ng, right? So I'll come here. I should select the test ng annotation, then import it. For test ng also I need to make, right? So the all things will be resolved. So this is how I can create a sample test case using Git Copilot. Just try to run it. Let's see what will happen. So currently we initialize the WebDriver, then we are getting it loading with the URL. Then we'll check whether the search area is displayed or not. After that, trying to click on the Google search button like that. So let's see what is happening currently. So project is under build stage. And after that, I think here it will fail because uh, we saw our in our earlier examples, right? So Google is blocking our automation script. They'll throw some capture, right? So definitely this script will work fine. Let's see. Currently the project is running. It is taking the setup, then launching the browser, maximizing it. It will so it executed correctly, but as we know, we had some errors. So let's try to fix those. So I'm just eliminating all the things here. So up to here, I'm just executing. So let's try to run it from here and see whether we are able to run it smoothly. So after browser loading, it will maximize, then it will have the assertion and it will close the browser as well. So let's see. Then meanwhile, let's try to prompt the another thing. Like let's create a testng.xml file and add. So our class is like Google test login test, right? Add into it and into it. That's fine. And after that, let's see. So we have so our test runs successfully. So meanwhile, we created this one, right? So our test.ng file will be like under the root. Let's create a test.ng.xml file, and inside that, I'm just copying everything again like this. So right clicking on it, I'm just trying to run the same. So let's see how we can do that. Parallel equal to false. So this will be the thing, right? So right click on it. Before that, let's try to refresh the project, and after that this will take time to get it loaded to run it from the maven, right? So I'll build the project again, and after that if I right click on it, we'll get the run runner class so that I can run it from here itself. So this one is automatically created from the Git Copilot, and after that just try to implement cross browser testing using these two files. So what I'm going to do is I'm just dragging it over here, and I'll create edit these two files for implementing cross browser testing in TestNG, create parameter tag inside TestNG runner class and receive it in Google login test.java. Let's prompt like that. So edit these two files for implementing cross-browser testing in TestNG. Create parameter tag. So it will be creating the parameter tag here. Let's see what happened here. So here, all right. So this will be, see. So they created it accordingly, and they created the parameter tag inside the rest as well. Right. So what I'm going to do is, I'll select everything here and I'll replace the code with this one, which one they suggested. So try to make the changes. Then after that, I'll come back to the restng.xml file and I'll copy those suggestions as well so that I can receive the parameters, right? So we have Chrome. Then after that, what we can do is try to run it from here. This is how we can do the cross-browser testing. So currently I only passed Chrome. Let's see it is working fine or not. After that, we can see they have done with the Firefox example as well. So we can do that as well from it by creating the multiple tests from it. So my project will run smoothly. All right, let's try to settings compiler version, right? So since I didn't selected my Selenium was latest, right? So every time we need to make sure that even they are suggesting we should go through the code and make sure that all dependencies are latest. Currently in my case, right, Selenium is not Selenium and TestNG are not in latest one. So that's what. So all right, so let it be like that for the time being. We can just check whether the project is working fine or not, right? That is the main intention. So what I have done is, so based on the test in the XML file they have created only for Chrome, right? So I made it for all browsers. I have done the thread count of 3. So let's try to execute this from here and see the execution, so that we can, within a short span of time, we can create our automation framework from scratch. So if I need any utilities and everything, I can prompt it here itself, and we can see the all the utility functions and all, so that we can. This is how we can use the Git Copilot in your automation project or a framework development project as well, right? So you all can try it from your end. The just thing you need to do is like to create a GitHub account and sign it using the IntelliJ or any of the ID, and we can do that. So thank you all. Thanks for watching. See you on the next video.